Hi guys, how are you? I am home alone. All the kids are at school, my husband's at work. And so I wanted to just get on and tell you how I do work-life balance. A lot of people are asking me how I'm able to, be a mom, have another job, work in the industry, still be able to travel, all of those things. So I kind of just wanted to do a video on that. Everything's perspective, and I feel very thankful and very blessed to be able to be in the industry. I'm so happy, so thankful that I'm in the industry, just because going from a flight attendant, and that was kind of overwhelming because I didn't have kids, but it would be overwhelming if I did have kids because of the way the airline that I worked for, everyone's so senior that I would still be junior at 20 years. So it just feels like a blessing because there are different aspects and there's different places in the airline industry where you can work that you can kind of fit in and make it work for you. Okay, so how I'm able to do it. I have two jobs. I have the airline job, and then I also have a teaching job. I teach at a college. I teach respiratory therapy. I'm a respiratory therapist. I was full-time. I was working 40 hours a week doing that and working for the airlines. For me, it kind of didn't work. I've never been a 9-to-5 type person, 40 hours a week. So I went down to part-time, which is perfect for me and my family. Financially, we're okay with me just working 2 days a week there and then working the airline job, which is what I really love as well. So for me, for the airline job, what I do is I bid the smallest amount of hours. I go according to days and times, but mostly hours. For instance, if I see a bunch of 6-hour-a-week bids, and so I will bid those ones first, and then there's 8-hour-a-week, and then there's 10 hours, and then there's 20 hours and 25 hours. Those 25 hours, I don't even bid those because I have enough seniority that I don't have to bid those. I do have to bid. I'm not top seniority, I'm right in the middle. So I'm able to at least get a halfway decent bid. So I bid according to the lowest amount of hours. If those hours don't work for me, just say it's a Wednesday mid from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and I can't do it, I trade. So bid the smallest amount of hours, and then you trade with people who want, trade people. Hopefully, God willing, everything stays the same and people love to trade and we can work our schedules out together. I also we have an app on our phones and then also on the computers where we can give up our shifts. So you click on and you say, give up this shift to anyone. And you can give your shifts away. You can give them to specific people. You can give them away and just kind of clear up your schedule. Our airline has a minimum amount of hours that we do need to work. As long as we work those minimum, we're good. The minimum is very low, so it works out. The main thing, if you guys can do it, if you need to have two jobs, I live in California. It's expensive here. I don't live, in the country or anything like that. So, for me, even, I know that people say, when you're in the industry long enough, it's, you can afford just having like an airline job, which is totally true. But I don't have 15 years in the industry right now for this new job. So because of that, my pay is not that high. It's not high enough to be able to maintain. So if you do have to have another job or a side hustle, try to make sure that your job is flexible. My job is kind of flexible in the fact that I'm only working 2 days. So there's only 2 days a week for me to know that I cannot work the airline job. Or if I do work the airline job, it's got to be really early in the morning, like a 4 to 6, or late at night, anything after 8 p.m. I can do. So I have that flexibility. A lot of people have their own businesses. A lot of people that I work with do Lyft, do Uber. They sell things. They do Etsy. Some of them are real estate agents. Some people are retired. There's a lot of flexibilities in their jobs, and then other people don't. They have normal 9-to-5s where they have to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning and they're done at 4:30 in the afternoon. But they make it work. They pick up night shifts. And we have a lot of commuters as well. So what those commuters do, they're coming in from San Francisco, from Denver, from really Northern California, even more northern than San Francisco. And what they do is they get rid of their shifts, and then all of this, or they pay someone to pick up their shifts, and then they get all their hours like within maybe 2 weekends a month. So they just work tons of hours, like a full Saturday or a Sunday, and they fly out just 2 days a month. That's the wonderful thing about the industry. As long as you keep your hours that you need, and have good attendance and all that kind of stuff, you can make it work. So that's another thing, a flexible job, bid the smallest amount, trade with people. For me, as a mom, and I have a few more responsibilities than some people that, that don't really have kids or anything. When I grocery shop just twice a month. It takes a long time because you're at the store for a couple hours, but you get as much as you can, you get all your stuff. So I'm not going to the grocery store every few days or every week. I do grocery shopping once a month, and that's it. My kids, they don't have lunches from home. We just get the kids' school lunches. We pay for the school lunches, so I don't have to think about that. So breakfast and lunch for the big boys, I don't have to think about, just dinner. And then the little one, they don't have school breakfast for them, so breakfast from home, and then we can go ahead and buy the school lunch. So that makes life easy for me. We make simple meals. We don't make these gourmet meals. Maybe once a week we make something fancy, but most of the time it's pretty simple. We don't take a lot of time to do stuff. And then also I get rid of a lot of stuff. I'm not like a full minimalist, but I do not have a lot of junk around the house, so that it's just easy just to wipe down my house and be done. So I'm not sitting here cleaning my house day and night and just taking all that energy from myself. There's other ways in which you can make this work-life balance work, and I would love to hear from you guys. You guys always give me so much advice, so much knowledge from where you're from and your experiences. So if you can just leave that in the comments below. I want to continue the discussion. I love hearing from you guys, and I will talk to you in the next video. Thank you for watching.